we want to welcome everyone. This is, again, the HerdCon podcast. I'm Michelle Alford.
And I'm Heather Lauer.
And today we are here with the new health science librarian, Anna Hughes. Say hi, Anna.
Hello, hello.
All right. Anna started with the university libraries now back in November. So we're coming up on her first 2 months with us. For one, how do you like it so far?
I actually love it. I love everything about it. I have to admit, and of course, nothing against where I was.
No. No, especially with John.
with John, right? I really miss John and Rebecca a lot. But I love being in a new place and having new challenges and a new space that I have to create. So it's and of course yesterday I went over with Ron over the handbook, so I know that I now have to do the annual planning page and goals with so I have to start that immediately. It's been really wonderful.
That's awesome.
And everyone has been very welcoming and giving me everything green.
Yes, welcome to Marshall. If you didn't like the color green, you're gonna.
Well, especially Kelly green.
Yeah, lots of Kelly green.
Lots of Kelly green.
Well, like Michelle said, if you weren't too fond of green, we're going to change you.
Right.
Forcefully.
Right. Yes.
But for those who might not know, our health science library is located at the Cabell Huntington Hospital. It services our School of Medicine over there and any of our health degree programs can go over and use it. And any of the students technically can go over and use it. So if you have questions about health science, you'd be talking to Anna Hughes. And I believe HSL has its own website. The Health Science Library does, doesn't it?
It does. I have not memorized that yet.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
So, yeah.
So if you went to the Marshall University's web pages, you could look up Health Science Library, and it would actually bring you up to their website in particular.
And I am creating a LibGuide right now for the School of Medicine.
Yes.
So
Nice.
that will be going live hopefully next week.
Awesome.
That is my goal. So
Just in time for the beginning of spring.
exactly.
Fancy
Exactly.
schmancy.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And, of course, the School of Medicine's kind of weird because part of it is in session year-round. We've got all of our residents who are actually there practicing medicine.
Yes.
And by weird, we mean unique.
Hey, I take both words. I think they're both perfectly reasonable.
But, yeah, it is a lot of fun, and we are so glad to have you. And
Thank you.
part of the reason we have you here with the podcast is because you have a particular love that we in our HerdCon community really appreciate because, HerdCon, we like pop culture, we like nerdy things, all things geek and crazy. And if you guys are watching the screen, we have the most amazing setup on the table at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lego Diagon Alley set. And Anna is a huge collector and is bringing us some fun today.
Yeah, I have to ask, was this sold as one set or multiple sets?
No, it's actually one set.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was one of the, I think it was either 2020 or 2021, like major set
Oh, wow.
for the year. Because if you come to my office at the Health Sciences Library, you will also see, which I did not move today, the 6,600 plus piece Hogwarts castle,
Oh my gosh.
which is pretty awesome. Which was the 2019 Toy of the Year, I
Oh,
believe.
my. That is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yes, partially these are Christmas presents / birthday presents because, that's the way it goes.
It's a Lego. It causes heart palpitations for
Multiple
reasons.
reasons.
Partially, they're just amazing, and then there's the oh my god, that's an enormous number of pieces to put together.
Yes.
And then there's the pocketbook.
There is the pocketbook. So, like, the Hogwarts set took me about 50, 60 plus hours to put together.
My.
And of course, no, I did not do any of that at UC.
Oh, no on the job Lego was done.
None.
We promise.
None. This one, I don't even remember how many pieces this one is, but it took me about 30, 40 plus hours.
Wow.
And there's one mistake on it,
Oh no.
which is driving the part of me crazy, but
Oh no.
and it cannot be undone because with Lego, once you make a mistake and you're so far in,
Yeah.
yeah,
I got you.
there's one window that is inverted.
Oh.
Oh, that would that would drive me crazy too.
Yep.
But yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to try to adjust that once you get so far.
Well, I had to come to terms with the fact that imperfection is perfection. So
It is.
I have discovered that when I knit,
yeah,
that is the only way that people can tell that it is a custom piece.
right.
Very true.
Yeah.
With my crochet, of course, it looks like, it's a version of Slender Man. I've been crocheting Armaguchi, like the little animals.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the bear that I'm working on, it looks
Like
it looks like Slender Man.
Does he need stuffed?
Does he is stuffed.
Oh, okay. Because Slender Man's really skinny.
Oh, this bear is like post hibernation skinny. Oh my god, he looks.
Oh dear.
And it's like,
You just gotta give him a blank face now and call him Slender Bear.
There you go. The Slender Bear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This was totally on purpose.
yeah,
That or it's a happy little accident.
I'm debating as to whether or not I just want to put catnip on it and give it to my cat. Because the cat took off with my baby Yoda. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, here's another one.
Put the ears on that, did you?
No ears so far.
He can't have ears. The cat said no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta listen to your cats if you have cats. They don't take no for an answer.
At all. Not at all.
Now, speaking of pets and Legos, do you have pets?
I do. I have 2 cats, which is why all the Legos have always been at the library.
Okay, they become office pieces.
So
I get that.
they were even, and I had far more. Like right now, I have this piece, the castle. I have Helwig, and I have 2 sets that I have not put together yet.
Oh, wow.
Man, I just have a Batgirl.
So, but I used to have far more, and it was not only Harry Potter; it was also Star Wars and Mandalorian. So,
Did you have the Falcon?
I do not have the Falcon.
That's one that's in my household. It's
that-
kind of wish list, I guess
Yes.
you would call it, the very way off wish list.
Exactly.
But still,
Yeah.
it's
I all of those were the smaller sets, and because I had no place for them at home. I mean, technically, I had no place for them at home, but I also had kittens, so that was like
kittens, Legos.
they don't go together.
The kittens think they do.
Yeah, I know, right? So I took over post-COVID at UC, or actually COVID at UC. We got rid of all of our course reserves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because they went online.
Well, that, and at the time,
Now,
it was
UC's
still-
done a lot of OER as well. hasn't
yes,
it?
yes,
The open
we
textbooks. Since
Yeah.
I'm using jargon, I
Yeah.
think open resources.
Well,
textbooks,
we
online
we do
textbooks.
OER, or we. I still say we. It's still.
It's okay.
It's
you can
only-
be we in
I
terms
know,
of the
I know,
library
I know, I
community.
know. They also do OAR, so
Okay,
open,
yeah.
affordable.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
That was the biggest thing at UC, and really put forth by John and Rebecca in terms of like the business community and leadership community. But because at the time, like in beginning of COVID, when we still thought that it was
Yeah.
paper,
Yeah.
it was still
Still
Tangible.
kinda needed the paper at the time.
we got rid of all of
Oh yeah.
that. And so the spots in the back of when you walked into the circulation desk area, the course reserves, of course, were gone. So there was all this
empty
space.
space.
And so I just stuffed all my Lego in there. And
For a
then,
fun workplace.
Yeah,
You have stuff
yeah.
like Lego on the shelf.
so it was all Harry Potter, all Star Wars. And then I would come in every day and like somehow Darth Maul became a keeper in the Quidditch set.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so my student workers, my nighttime student workers, were exchanging out all of these pieces everywhere.
Which is both fun and irritating, I'm sure.
Well, it was actually, I mean, I loved it. Like, it's perfectly fine. When I got the job here and, of course, was packing everything up and realized that, number one, I had no space for those Lego sets.
Oh.
And number two, moving them is next to them. It's a hardship.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Right.
bringing this one over was
Oh yeah.
kind of a hassle. But I had to I actually gave my student workers the job. The one student worker that I knew had done most of the moving, I was like, I want you to look at these books and put everything back where it needs to be. And then I set them all out on one of the big tables that we had by the circulation desk in the new area that they are in. And it was like free for a good home.
Oh.
So I just,
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you made someone's Christmas with that.
well, and actually a lot of the students took them home for their little brothers and sisters.
I'm sure. That is so awesome.
And in fact, I think the Hogwarts train has flown to France.
Oh wow.
So to a little brother or a little sister, I can't remember. Can't remember what Flora has, but yeah. So
That's
yeah.
so sweet.
it was just I don't know. Lego has been both a way for me to just de-stress, and it is just so intensely beautiful and engineered,
Yeah.
and then beautifully artistic, and so highly detailed. And every time you look at it, you see something new.
Yeah.
Like Heather, you saw the little rat.
Yeah.
So
And then the newspapers and I mean, What is this on the second floor? It looks like,
We got the brooms.
okay, it looked like an AK-47.
No guns.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't.
thankfully there are no guns in Harry Potter.
That's why I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah. So these, of course, if
there's
we
lollipops in this one.
if you turn them around, they all
Oh, Fox.
show something new.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can kind of see inside, of course.
and of course, this stays in my office. So if you again come to the office, it's right there on the edge.
You
Because
guys
I
now
have the
both permission and an invitation to visit the Health Science Library.
yes, please do. I also have the biggest desk in creation. I don't know where they found it, but I think it was on an aircraft carrier.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so it
Turn
carries
this a little bit further.
all of this.
And you can see there's stickers that look like graffiti on this one. I like that jinx off.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. This is like masterpieces of modern magic.
There's even a dark mark on that side. We will take pictures of these and include them on our website so that you can see closer pictures because
Oh my gosh, she's got a top hat.
it's really amazing. Yeah. Because, of course, this is your Weasley.
Wizarding
joke
Wheezes.
shop. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, I know.
Wizarding Wheezes. I can't speak at all.
And you've
But,
got
we've got his. You can see his nose even
Oh my
built out of
gosh.
Lego pieces and a top hat and.
you've got the Daily Prophet. You have Ollivanders. You have Scribulus.
You can put a different one out.
So all kinds of and of course you have Dumbledore and Fox.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh. And
All the
Hedwig.
owls.
So
But yeah, there's just so I love the detail that Lego puts into their sets
yes,
because they stick with the blocky look. I
Mm-hmm.
love that they stick with that's our
that's their
that's
spiel.
our mark.
Right.
Yeah, that's our brand. But they go all out with adding the little weird details and I mean. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like a little stained glass piece. And I don't know if I can pick one up. The lollipops are loose, guys.
Oh my gosh.
They're
Adorable.
Yeah.
And they're in a little cup. It's amazing. But yeah, I love that about any of the Lego and there's other brands that do some of the sets, and I love that they put all that extra detail
into it.
It's like that is so awesome.
Well, and as you're going along and as you're making them, as you're sort of creating, because it's very methodical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have books
Yes.
that you're just flipping the pages and following
Yeah. Step by step.
And I think that's like, I really like that. And it sort of fits into the types of things that I like about librarianship too, because it is methodical.
Our steps, lots.
We have our steps, yes. And it depends on what area that you're in. So whether it be, okay, I'm doing ILLs today. So I know what forms, what fields I need to put in.
Yeah.
Whether it be cataloging, which of course was my mother's thing,
Okay.
which my mom was she was the director of Fayette County Libraries for 16 years.
Oh,
And then she was at KCPL as head of tech services for,
KCPL is Kanawha County Public Library.
yes, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I catch myself all the time, using little abbreviations, and I'm like, you know what? I have a feeling that nobody
one knows
outside of
what
this
that is.
knows what I'm talking about.
Right, yeah.
It's like,
So,
anytime we do that, folks, feel free to put a comment in the video, and we will come back and we'll talk to you about it. We'll explain ourselves if at all possible.
so yeah, KCPL, she was head of tech services there, and she is a cataloger at heart. She
Oh,
loves
wow.
doing reference work as well. And now, of course, she is retired and volunteers 3 days a week at the Greenbrier County Historical Society
Oh,
Oh, that's
Yes.
sweet.
and does reference work and cataloging.
Does she do
in their
genealogy?
archives. A little bit, yeah.
okay.
But it's mostly just archives.
Well, it takes a lot of work to add things to those kind of
And she's-
archives.
She's just good at it.
And when you are doing, for our listeners, cataloging is the process we use in the libraries to give a description of the materials that we're putting into the computer. That's where we'll add a call number. We'll talk about what subjects it is. But it's that whole process. And sometimes especially with genealogical material, you have lots of very creative cataloging because
Yeah.
it's not like buying a book from Amazon. It doesn't have all this regular material and subheadings you have to go through, and it's a diary, and you got to figure out who's in the diary and how are you going to find it.
These days you have to actually know how to read cursive.
Yes.
Yeah. And you also have to measure it. You have to include the number of pages. That's if it's a physical book. I mean, it could be like a globe or
Anything.
anything.
And so that because it's so methodical, that part of it fits into the whole love of Lego and doing
Yeah.
that Lego.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, research is my favorite thing. So I'm not a cataloger. I do love doing ILLs. I can't help myself, but but I don't know what it is about it. I think it's that reach out and return.
Right.
The search.
Yeah, it's the search
Yeah.
because it's like a treasure hunt every single time.
Yeah, with ILLs, that's our interlibrary loan, guys. And yeah, sometimes if you're looking for something and we don't own it, we have to go through some major hoops sometimes trying to find it. I used to have a coworker that loved doing foreign language ILL.
Which I have done already in
They're
the past
fun.
2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
When
Japanese?
you start looking for it,
Wow.
it's like, I have no idea what this is. You've really got to like concentrate on it, and it's like, okay, this one's in German. I got to see who has it, and of course we try to look close to home, as close as possible.
Possible, yeah.
And sometimes we have to like contact universities and libraries outside of the country, and
It's just so much fun.
oh yeah,
And then when it
It's neat.
comes, it's like, it's a present.
You got the treasure.
Yeah.
No, research is a treasure hunt every single time, and you always find the X.
Yeah. Oh, that
Excellent
reminds
response.
me. I'm Velma. It's like every one of us is Velma.
Very Scooby-Doo heavy here.
That is true.
Yeah, we are. We've got the nerdy. We got to do the nerd research thing, I guess.
It's okay. I still like us.
Oh yeah.
I am
And,
unashamed.
you look
I'm
that
sorry.
cute orange. I mean,
There
seriously.
is nothing to be ashamed about with all of
Amen.
this. Nothing. It's all about, this is pride.
Now, how long have you been collecting your Legos?
actually not that long. It was very pre-COVID.
Okay.
Something just, I don't even know which. I had wanted the Hogwarts Castle for a while, and then I just started doing the sets that I could somewhat afford.
Yeah. They're big cost prohibitive.
Yeah, we had a discussion on this before.
Right. Or that I could afford, but just barely
Oh, yeah.
type situation. And so it became, I think it became a de-stressor.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly a mental thing. So every day at work at 4:00, we just quit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I have always worked through lunch. Like, I've never, being a librarian, it is point of care all the time. Like, I have never actually taken a lunch, typically. It's very few and far between that happens. You just sort of work through it.
Yeah.
You eat as you go. It takes me 3 hours to eat lunch. So, so 4:00 at some point, we're going to do something to de-stress and to take this time that we are given.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so I started doing Lego.
That's awesome.
I must do a slight sidestep. Cooking. I know for a fact that you are she who bakes.
I am. And the past apartment that I had in Charleston did not really allow me to do that so much. But my new apartment in Huntington, I have counter space again,
Counter space.
which is such a necessity. And I finally found my cooking sheets because I finally found them unpacking. I'm still living in a sea of boxes, but slowly but surely I'm getting there to where I need to be. But yes, I do love to bake, and I do love to actually cook. So, in fact, a former student worker's wife, John Kaminsky, who is on the Detroit Lions offensive linesman. No, defensive. Sorry, John. He's going to kill me. His wife actually messaged me on Facebook today asking me for my Krispy Kreme bread pudding recipe.
Oh, I need that as well.
Which I did actually make for one of the Christmas parties that we had recently, which was a big hit. So it is very good. So yeah, I do love baking, cooking. I make really, really good cookies. It is my intention, and with Holly's support, to do a like cookies with Anna sessions.
Oh, that would be awesome.
To try and bring the students in.
Oh.
So that will be happening this semester.
Oh, definitely send us info and we will share it.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah, I know that the research and instruction librarians went out and they did a cookie distribution
Yeah, we had
for Christmas.
one that
Well, for the holidays.
the campus did for the dorms and stuff.
Right.
And
And
they
we
were
participated.
Yeah.
I say we because I'm in South Charleston, but I vicariously was there.
Well, I have a basic recipe for the cookies that I make, but they're like my favorites are not. I love chocolate chip, but I mean I make a good chocolate chip cookie. But my favorite is a Heath Bar mini chocolate chip
See,
combo.
You know what you need to do is make cookies and give them
But-
out during HerdCon.
But but then you
all our
add
volunteers.
pretzels to it
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
because you've got the sweet and salt,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of my
nice.
favorites. So I would be happy to make some for HerdCon.
Oh, yeah. But
we
it'll
have
be
some-
limited to staff.
We have a
That's
lot
fine.
of staff and volunteers that will appreciate that.
Hey, they need support as well. So
yeah.
there you go.
And those who are thinking about volunteering, here's your incentive.
Yes.
You know, you thought the shirts were cool.
Yeah.
You might get cookies.
Oh my gosh.
And we like cookies. Baked goods are amazing.
Speaking of which, we just ordered the dice for HerdCon. So they are our third set of dice.
Yes.
They are going to be yellow and black.
They are
And
kind of the kind of canary yellow. And I think they were opaque this year.
I think so.
So we didn't have the kind of glittery kind of look to them, but that's like an opaque yellow with the black ink for the design.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited. This year is we're just showing off the HerdCon brand kind of thing so that we
Right.
could
Yeah.
reorganize the way we do our T-shirt contests because we normally have students design the shirts, and we want to do it so that they get to start it in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
and now they'll start it now. They'll have all semester. They can even come to HerdCon and see ideas and stuff and whatnot. But then when they submit it, we'll have all summer. Then to get everything ready, and then we can set it out and start pre-selling it in the fall and have a little more time. That way, before we were like so rushed trying this, like, okay, we've got
This. Yeah.
and by finals, we have to make a decision right now.
Oh my gosh.
And now I have to get all these, everything has to go up online. We have to start doing pre-orders.
And we have to get them to sign the waiver and
Oh, yeah, all the contract stuff. And so, yeah, we were like, oh, my God, it's too stressful.
Right.
So many steps so quickly. So,
and then not only that, we were just like we just need to have a soft shirt.
that
Oh my
too.
God, that is so important.
Oh, yeah. It's really hard when you're trying to gauge pricing.
Yes.
Because, everything we do with HerdCon, we try to keep in mind that the students aren't making money right now.
Right.
They're generally spending and spending and spending, so we try to make it as affordable as possible.
But it has to be soft.
So we were like, okay, we have to see if we can't find a softer shirt.
That's like, okay, I have to admit, this is going to sound ridiculous. I have all of probably 20 UC shirts.
Oh, wow.
And currently 4 Marshall shirts.
Well, you're going to have to get
Well,
more.
you've only been here for 2 months,
I only like one of them.
I can guarantee that they
The HerdCon
take
shirt?
a while.
The HerdCon shirt is good. Actually, no, that makes 5. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What color shirt did we give you?
So, okay, I'm going to have to admit to you, I really prefer black.
Our shirt
Okay.
this year is going to be black.
This one's black with the HerdCon logo in yellow. on it.
Because I'm not wearing black or anything.
Well, it was going to be that, or it was going to be yellow, and the yellow just sort of sample was like
It's
that
canary
yellow.
yellow.
And I was just Michelle was very gracious and got it. And she did this, I think, because I was just like, I just want to see it in yellow. And
It's like, okay, well, this is what the yellow shirt looks like.
and I saw it and I'm just like, nope. Nope. I didn't even ask. I'm just like, nope.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't even have the sample image on it yet. She was like, no.
No, Michelle's shaking her head.
It's like,
No.
Well, the other reason why I really like the black shirt is because it's long sleeve, so it's perfect for winter, but it is also ridiculously soft.
Yeah.
And I pretty much wore it the entire winter break.
Oh, nice.
So it's covered
Ooh.
in cat fur.
That is why I can't
So it may not
wear
be black anymore.
Shades of gray.
Shades of gray, orange,
Yeah.
white.
Right.
You know, it's got goose and socks written all over it,
Yeah.
which are my 2 cats.
Yeah, everything in my household comes out with the signature of all of our pets, except for the bearded dragon. And that's really because with the dogs and the cats, she didn't get as much cuddle time.
Cuddle time.
So,
Right,
it's
right.
Like, we'll just let the bearded dragon, hang out in the terrarium so that we're not fighting off one of our cats is super interested in it.
Mm.
And, recently decided to reach out and go,
Oh no.
when we had got Emma out for cuddles. And, yeah, then we had lizard tails swinging all over the place.
Oh, my God.
And,
Oh no.
lizard hissing all over the place, and the cats just look at it like, what's your problem? It's like, dude, you just clawed her. You clawed her back. That's rude.
No, yeah, that's not good. That's not how you become friends.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Silly kitty.
So you just moved to Huntington 2 months ago.
I did.
Have you gotten involved in any nerdy
I have not. I've mostly been trying to unpack.
It takes a while.
And then moving was an ordeal. Though it was actually, I'm super, super lucky because I had all of my UC student workers help me pack up
Aw.
and then load the van for me. And then one of them helped me move down.
Aw.
And then because I am very good friends with Allison Grassi, and she, of course, is very influential with her husband, who, of course, is the head coach of Marshall's men's soccer team.
Awesome.
I had Marshall's men's soccer team members help me unpack.
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
Or
was so
well,
kind of
unpack
them, though.
unpack the truck and put it up in the apartment. So I was very lucky to have that. But then since then, it's just been a matter of figuring out where I want everything to be and unpacking everything. And also because I had student workers packing for me in Charleston, the ladies labeled the boxes. The gentlemen did not. So
Right.
so it's sort of which I don't blame them for because I mean and then
Mystery box.
so it's oh, that's where my soap is. I just recently found my soap refills. And I was like, fantastic. I've been looking for you for weeks. So yeah, I have,
It just makes life like Christmas.
yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
open those
Oh, I
boxes.
forgot I owned that.
Gosh.
Just what I needed.
And I have a dishwasher again,
Woohoo.
Ooh.
which I did not have in Charleston.
Oh.
So I hadn't had a dishwasher in 5 years. And so having one again is the best gift in the whole world.
Yeah, I haven't had a a dishwasher, I think, in 16 years. And there are times where I'm like, I'd really like one. And then there are other times where I sit there and go, would it be helpful, or would I just put dishes in it and they would never leave? Because I would forget about them.
No.
I'm very much
no.
the out of sight, out of mind.
I dishwashing. Any other chore I love. Well, I wouldn't say I love. I'm okay with.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can come over
Yeah,
anytime.
Actually, I'm really good about doing chores at other people's houses. I know that's
It
strange.
feels more helpful when
It
you do it
does.
for someone else.
For someone
Whereas
else.
when you do it for yourself,
It's like, why am I doing this?
I'm tired.
Yeah. So the dishwashing is my least favorite chore, and that's because of my brother when I was little. And which he was very, very intelligent. He would just make a mess of the water.
Oh.
It wouldn't dry properly, so I'd just get angry at him. And I now know, of course, he was doing it on purpose because I'd just send him away and I'd do it all myself.
Yep.
But
Ew.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Very sneaky.
It's all right. I stole his Christmas tree stand years ago. It's fine.
Well, if you are interested, we have a board gaming group and we meet once a month.
And we're now doing it every 2 weeks for this spring.
Ooh, that's even better.
Yeah, HerdCon is having every 2 weeks. We're doing the HerdCon game nights over in Drinko Library, room 138. So if you want to come, you feel free. You can bring your games with you. We'll have some games brought. Blue Falcon Board Gaming has been helping with that. They bring games with us, just to hang out, and they'll lead us in new games, which is great. We've talked with Corey Clark, who is over Blue Falcon Board Gaming here on the podcast before, but it's a lot of fun. We've had as many as, I think, 12 people show up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And as few as, 4 of us. And,
Yeah.
It's, whatever happens, we just
Whatever.
play
Yeah,
whatever.
you just go with the flow. Nice.
And anybody is allowed to come. It's not just university people. So if you're in the community and you want to come join us, come on up. We'll have fun.
There's
play
some
games.
faculty that show up.
Yeah, we've had different faculty and staff show up. We've had all kinds of students show up. We do have at least one community regular that comes. A couple of alumni. I know sometime this spring we're having alumni Zane Pinson come in, and he wants to do the 3D Mario Kart for one evening, which he's got. I don't know if you've played Mario Kart, but he has the actual physical cars.
Right?
And
Just
you
have to
play
listen.
it on the Switch, right? So you have the Switch, and the Switch connects to the car, and the car has a camera. And you drive it around a physical track in the room.
Yeah.
And the car is probably not quite a foot long by about 6 to 8 inches wide.
For those who cannot see,
It's adorable.
There's some hand movements at this
lots of hand
stage,
movies.
both on Anna and Michelle's part.
Think about the size of a notebook for the footprint for the little cars. And so you've got this really awesome, you're playing it on the I think he's using the Switch Lite. So you have the screen and you can see what's in front of that car, and you can just drive around that track. And then it has, you can put these images up on the track. And it will read those, and it pops up with a VR thing on the screen.
Yeah.
That is a power-up, and you drive through it, and you get the power-up just like you would in the game.
And I wish.
It is amazing. He brought it over for our HerdCon club meeting last semester, and I think we spent the last 10 minutes of the meeting running this thing around the room through the chair legs. Because, of course, we didn't have a course set up for it or anything. We just had the chairs everywhere, and we're just running under the tables and trying not to run into people. Oh, I was like, oh, please do bring that. And Zane's planning on setting this up during HerdCon.
Oh, that is
So,
fantastic.
I'm sitting here like, this is going to be so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of the switch, like the pharmacy school has one in their lobby.
Ooh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I didn't know it either until I went over there for the first time. Well, before Christmas break, because that's where Holly's main office is, and so that has been something that I've wanted to actually introduce to the health sciences library.
Okay.
Is just putting in a switch.
Something fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because you've got a bunch of medical students, you got a bunch of residents, they're all stressed out.
Always.
Just something maybe for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Give them
Oh, yeah.
something. So,
That is awesome, though. That would be a great thing to add.
yeah.
2 or 3 Marios.
Yeah.
And you're good.
And the fun thing is with things like the Switch now, you can just have everything loaded straight to it. You don't have to worry about having game cartridges,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
whatnot, or peripherals for everything. So.
That was something that I wanted to do to add de-stressors to the library itself, because currently I have no books, but
Yeah,
I have a great
weird.
I have a great collection, so
Yes.
that is something to be said, and that is actually a focus going forward. What I want to look into more, but just then, because the space needs something, it needs to be more interactive. It needs to be more inviting. That's why I had done the book tree, Yoda's book tree, for years at UC. So I did it this year, and next week I'll be giving 3 books away, which is nice. So and I'm going to put out a puzzle on one of the tables just for people to do whatever.
Do you all have a setup for, because I know one of our medical students set up what's called the Giving Palm. Have you heard about that one yet?
No.
It's one of our medical students. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but they have set up a charity and a website where people can donate books for people, specifically for children and teens that are in the hospital. And we actually did a thing with them for the fall to collect books for both the Children's Hospital wing here at Cabell, and I think they do like statewide overall. But,
Okay.
I will try to remember, and I will send you that information. But I've got a what is it? I've got a lib guide up for library events, and I have a link to the Giving Palm on there. But it's specifically for hospital children's wards to send books and stuff to kids who are kind of stuck there for longer terms for treatments and stuff like that.
That would be
And,
lovely.
it's
I would
really
love to have
fun.
something. Yes.
And she would probably love to put up like a permanent donation location or something, or maybe a display of some sort.
Which I would love to do, because I have this space and I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Well, Cabell County can donate books.
Yeah, Cabell County Public Libraries and stuff.
Which I'm actually, I think I was, we were going to meet up with the library director.
Brianna.
Yeah,
soon.
Brianna's really nice.
So,
Yeah,
Which
we
they're all
have
really awesome.
we have a relationship in Charleston with the South Charleston Public Library, and just to mildly plug this, if you are going to fly out of Jaeger
Or tri-state.
or tri-state, but Jaeger, and we have a big M bookcase in both
Yeah.
locations, and I don't know who supplies the books for Huntington. Okay, but South Charleston 100% is supplying the books for Jaeger.
Yeah,
that's
we
fantastic.
taken, I think Kelly's been driving them up there for us. Kelly's one of our
She's my boss.
vice something. I can't remember her title, but yeah, she's Dr.
She's,
Johnson.
A
But-
dean.
Is it Dean? Okay.
Yeah, she's a dean now, an associate dean.
She actually takes books from our donations because we'll get random donations all the time.
Right.
And she'll take them, and we do the little free libraries here in the Huntington area. We've got a couple on campus. We have one over at the Ebenezer Center. I think one by Ritter Park, maybe.
I'd actually like to
couple
do
places.
one in the Health Sciences Library.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
it
And
is.
We could definitely partner with you on that, I'm
Okay.
sure. And with HerdCon, we have been getting lots of donations of comic books.
Oh, yes. We have tons
Yes.
of comic books.
Well,
That's
not
fun.
tons now. I'm giving a lot away.
But I'm sure there'll be more.
You don't know how many comic books we have given away.
Well, that's
I think
actually pretty fantastic.
Transported 3 pallets, maybe 4 pallets worth of comic books in my poor car. I've got a little RAV4, and yeah, when I pick up the comics, it literally fills my car to the point where it's
It dips down in the back.
well, no, not just the back, because I'm the only person that can be in the car because it's all boxes
Right.
all the way around me, all the way up almost to the ceiling. I'm like, oh dear God.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, like my book tree, or the book tree that I used to we used to do at UC, was actually like truly a giving tree.
Oh, that's
Oh.
awesome.
So it was just donations that we'd had, and we would have a whole list of the books, and the students, faculty, and staff just, it was first come, first serve, who put in the request first.
Yeah.
And then when I took the book tree down, those books would be given away.
That is awesome.
But I couldn't do that this year because most of my book tree is a journal of urology.
Oh,
Lots of
lovely.
people just jumping in for that one.
I know. Hey, I created it with what I had.
Amen. We do a lot of that in my household.
It's still a beautiful book tree, and
yeah.
and Yoda is sitting right on top. And I got the funding for 3 books that
Okay.
people could put their names in for.
Aw.
That is not in the book tree. They were just 3 popular, nonfiction, actually. Fiction and nonfiction. So I did Stephen King's new fairy tale.
which is a good book.
My father says so. I have not read it yet.
Okay.
I'm halfway through it. I put it down for a bit. But anyway, not to.
Yeah. Dad really likes it. Michelle Obama's new book.
I love her writing.
And what is the third one? Where the Crawdad Sings,
Oh, nice.
I have read that as well.
which was a lovely listen.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I have not watched the movie, but I did listen to the book. So
That is awesome.
yeah,
Not to totally shift the conversation, but
Yeah.
I'm reading Tomorrow, which is by Gabrielle Zevin. And it's amazing. So for those of you looking for a good book, Tomorrow.
Very awesome. It seems very optimistic.
Yes.
Yes, that is very true.
We're kind of repeating tomorrow, so that's a good thing. We're very hopeful if there's at least 3 tomorrows.
So
What other questions?
I must ask, because I am driven to. What is your Hogwarts house?
Ravenclaw.
I knew it.
Yeah, I'm Ravenclaw. Yeah.
I am Ravenclaw as well.
Yep.
See, I'm a Hufflepuff.
And that I knew as well.
I was almost a Hufflepuff.
Okay.
It was a toss up apparently.
I can
So
do that.
I was almost a Hufflepuff.
Very nice.
So yeah,
I can see both.
yeah.
I was prepared for you to say Hufflepuff, though. But I was pleasantly surprised when you were like Ravenclaw.
Yes, yes, yes. And I can't remember which house I am in the American school.
I have no idea.
Oh, I've taken those tests. But my Patronus in the American school is the Thunderbird.
Oh,
Oh, I
So.
can see that.
that was my 4-H tribe for 4-H camp was Delaware and the Thunderbirds.
So yeah,
All the fun.
yeah. And I don't ask me about the wand. It's something or other 3 and
It's a stick, and it
right.
goes-
Exactly. You say Accio and things come to you.
Oh my gosh.
that's the way I am about my computer.
Yeah.
Plug things in, it spits things back out.
Back out, right. If you go to Universal and to Harry Potter World, and I have Luna Lovegood's wand that makes things. I love her. She's my favorite.
Oh yeah, she's fun.
Oh, my keys are over there, but I've got her on my keys.
Yeah, Luna is. She has my heart.
Yeah.
So,
I dressed
yep.
up as her for Halloween this year.
Her and Neville.
Pictures.
I love Neville.
I've met the actor for Neville.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, the nose is completely prosthetic.
Really?
He's very handsome.
Alrighty.
Well, in a totally non-judgy way.
Oh goodness.
good.
Well, are we about ready to wrap up, folks, or do you have any more questions?
One more question, and it's about the Legos.
Okay, good.
Okay. When you get a set of Legos, well, actually, this is a multi-part question.
Okay.
Obviously, these sets are pre-designed to become what they become. But do you ever take like random blocks and then build with them?
I have in the past, but what I have learned is that this is a class of creativity and engineering that is way up here.
Okay.
So I have the ultimate respect and sheer awe for anyone and everyone that can picture this in their head and the creation of it. And that comes actually not from creating this one, or not from creating, because I did not create this, putting this together, but putting together the Hogwarts castle. Because it is so in depth that there are constructions within the castle that you don't see.
Oh, well, I can imagine that there, because there's kind of in the concept for it, you've got those kind of moving parts. And a lot of times when you're creating moving parts with things like the Legos, those are mechanisms that you don't necessarily see to be able to do that.
To do and to fit together,
Yeah.
to uphold everything else. Like there's so much that goes into it. So much like absolute brilliance and creativity and engineering and thought and science,
Right.
Yeah.
math that goes into all of it.
Oh, yeah.
That and until you start putting it together piece by piece, you don't recognize, you don't realize, and then you, as a person, you know, it's a give and take between the creator and the person who then puts it together. Like, you have to be able to be willing to have the patience to understand that there's more than what meets the eye
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. Well, following directions. I mean, we don't think about it most of the time
Yeah.
because, I mean, we start at a young age learning, follow the directions. And I think we sometimes forget just how much following the directions can be until you get into something as in-depth as putting together things like the Lego sets. Because, there's a lot of it where you're sitting here and it's like, okay, I don't know how this is going to be this other thing.
Yeah.
Because this looks like crap right now, or this looks like chaos,
Yeah.
just complete chaos. And how is this going to become this? And sometimes it takes almost like a leap of faith that whoever created the pattern knows what they're doing. And
Exactly.
sometimes, because I do deal with this with my daughter a lot. I mean, she's hitting 13 soon, and you still get that kind of look on her face, like, oh my God, this isn't going to turn out. It's not going to turn out. And it's like, you just you have to have patience.
Right.
Because, there's a lot of steps from point A to point Z. And, I get it. It's going to be
a lot.
frustrating.
Right.
It's going to be frustrating. It's just trust that, you do have to kind of have that little level of trust. She is not a trusting person, though.
Well, right. But the nice thing with Lego is that they've been doing it for so long that you're just like, oh yeah, I got, okay, you're right. Okay, I'll just go with it. Yeah. I'm giving you my all.
Yep.
So, but it is very zen. It is like one of the things that I really love to do. I currently have 2 sets that I am going to be working on soon. So Fox will fly his wings hopefully in the next few weeks.
Aww.
And it does have a mechanism that the wings actually do work, just like Hedwig.
Oh, my.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting. You
And
definitely
then-
have to send us pictures of that or video.
And then Grimald Place. I bought.
Oh.
Ooh.
I let myself buy the other day. It may or may not have been a Christmas present to myself. So
We deserve to do something that we love.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You can also, if you're interested in this, you could also found a Lego club and
true.
you could actually get funding from student government
Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
to go towards it.
Up to, I think, $500 that they'll do for clubs to use for club stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, then clubs can do whatever to raise money too. So, but I know we do have former faculty. Actually, I think she's still teaching part-time with the university,
Suzanne.
Dr. Suzanne Strait, who also does a group called the West Virginia Science Academy. And they they take donations of Legos because in the summer they run massive camps. And I mean, it's massive. There's usually like 6 weeks or more of different age groups, and they will do Lego camps. They will do the Lego robotics camps. They have Minecraft camp.
Pokemon.
There's Pokemon Go. There's dinosaurs and fossils. And they do all of this here on campus, and it's so much fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Right.
I mean, my daughter's done several of them, and they had all these kids going around with iPads playing Pokemon Go on campus.
Have they done any of the Harry Potter?
I haven't seen a Harry
Not
Potter
really.
one for the West Virginia Science Academy yet. They've done, God, with the Minecraft camp, they've done building like the Great Pyramids, and
Oh,
like
nice.
they'll do these big builds in Minecraft as a class,
Right.
and everybody will take part in it. With the Legos, they don't do a theme. What they do, they'll do a solving thing. So they'll say, okay, you have a cat, and you need to get it safely from point A to point B. How are you going to do
How are you
that?
going to do that?
And it gives kids a chance to just have that creative problem solving, and they can come up with whatever kind of contraption they need to do, and it's a lot of fun.
That is fantastic.
It's really sweet seeing them
Yeah.
do it and seeing all the different stuff that they've done. And we're hoping like this year with HerdCon to include more interactive stuff. So I'm trying to get a hold of Dr. Strait to see if the West Virginia Science Academy would want to set up like their Lego tables.
Right.
We're working with a couple of the public libraries to see about doing some interactive booths and stuff so that it gives a more all-age friendly kind of thing when there are things that you can just pick up and do, different crafts and stuff. So we'll see how it turns out.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh, and not only that, she actually takes this on the road.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Strait does travel around with the
wow.
Legos and,
Like,
and
for
whatnot.
instance, like
I think-
one of them goes to Fayetteville, for example.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then, of course, we've got like our CBI here locally, and they do the robotics, Vex Robotics, and the drones, and a couple of other different things, and take them to the different schools. And let's see, St. Joe, I don't know if you saw this, but St. Joe's won
This
like,
is new to me.
a huge amount of awards for the recent robotics here in the state. St. Joe's, Lincoln County High School, and one other came out with a lot of top honors.
Oh,
And they
before I
work with that.
forget, have you gone to the Ironton Harry Potter Festival?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh.
They have at the Ironton Harry Potter Festival the Lego community from Ohio, and they bring in they've got the Quidditch field.
Oh, wow.
I used to have that one. That was one of the ones that I
It's like an entire table.
I used to have what the Quidditch pitch set, and that was one of the ones that
Oh.
I gave
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, they have an
Entire
I mean, I
table,
where they've got all of Hogwarts,
yeah.
and
Very cool.
I was thinking about that the entire time. I was just like, oh,
You know what we need to do? Because I know several faculty and staff here on campus that have, shall we say, geeky offices. I think we need to come up with a list and plan
Do a tour. A tour, yes.
Because I think that would be a lot of fun.
It would be.
Everybody could, because Seth has his Fallout 76
yeah.
stuff in our area at the library, and I know several faculty over in Smith Hall that have like massive pop figure collections, or
I've got the Batgirl.
you've got all the Batgirl stuff at your office.
I have a few, major Harry Potter, but a little bit of Lord of the Rings. So I've got a couple maps. I have the key
Ooh.
to the door.
Oh,
I have a few Funko Pops for Coraline and Good Omens. So,
very
because I'm a huge Neil Gaiman fan,
yes.
like absolutely love him.
I want to see the Graveyard Book done.
Oh my gosh.
That one was gorgeous.
Yeah,
That-
I've got the Coraline Chase.
So yeah, just such good stuff. I can't wait. I am looking forward to the second season of Good Omens, though I thought it would never happen because Terry Pratchett, of course, is no longer with us. But I have good faith in Gaiman that he'll do
yeah.
a good job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that will be very good.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to have to end soon. But before we go, I must ask, were you able to watch Sandman?
I have started it. I have not finished it yet.
Okay.
But I have read all of the,
All of the original comics.
and I did finish listening to the audiobooks, which if you get the chance, listen to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got them on my phone.
Which, is there more than one version?
There, no, it's all on Audible. It's 3 different sets. There's a huge difference between looking. I didn't realize how much of a difference there was between reading the comics and then listening to the stories.
Okay.
I found listening to them to be both brilliant and deeply disturbing. So it makes me love Neil Gaiman more, but question his insanity more. So,
All the best authors are just a little on the crazy side.
oh, he's definitely over there.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Well, thank you all so much for having me today.
Yes, definitely.
This was wonderful.
Thank you very much for joining us and for bringing your Legos, because I know that is, and no, guys, just as a point of information, they are not glued together.
No.
Yep.
They are still very much movable.
And in fact,
we did had to put pieces back together.
Yep.
So, but we will take a couple extra pictures of these and stuff so that you guys can see some of the detail that I know just does not come through with our cameras, because we don't really get a zoom in or anything real close. But we have loved having you and checking out these
Really wonderful.
awesome pieces, because they're super cool.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
bringing them.
Well, thank you for having me. This was wonderful.
Yes.
And thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
We love that, we can provide the podcast and give a voice to all the area geeky and nerdiness that is part of the university and our surrounding community. So, hope to see you again in a couple of weeks.
And please come to the Health Sciences Library.
Yes. Hop on by to the Health Science Library. You're still located on the second floor of Cabell Huntington Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, second floor, Cabell Huntington Hospital. If you stop at the information desk, they'll be able to direct you over there. But it's like when you first come in the main doors where the valet parking is, come in, make a right, and take the elevator up. It's the easiest way to get there. But
Yep.
Awesome place, awesome new person. Lots
Happy
of
to
Legos
be
that
here.
you can check out
That's
while you're there.
right.
And if you got to go for
Excited
a
you're
doctor's
here.
appointment, I mean, hey, go see some Legos and de-stress. So,
And ask me a reference question so I can
Yeah.
put it in the stats.
not just questions about the Legos. Though those are appreciated, we're sure. But,
That is true.
Yeah, ask her about EndNote.
Oh, EndNote, yes. Ask about the different resources we have for the Health Science Library, because I know we have PubMed, and that's really awesome. National Institute for Health resource. I've used
And
that
National Library of
a couple
Medicine.
times, so-
Yes. And Access Medicine
Yeah.
would be a good one. If you're in pharmacy, Access Pharmacy. If you are School of Medicine or resident, you've got Up to Date. There's plenty.
all
Plenty.
kinds of awesome resources available,
Yes.
and not just for the medical school students. So remember,
That is true.
if you're in an undergrad program and you need health information for class, for just your personal interest, this is still available to you. Go talk to Anna.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Research is my passion, so
Yeah,
Come see me.
that's the thing. We library people actually
do like
have
this.
this weird thing where we like to look for information. It's a weird
strange,
obsession.
you know.
Sometimes we get bored and do research for fun.
Fun.
Never.
Never, ever.
Well-
I've never sit and researched a bizarre topic for 15 hours just out of curiosity.
Gosh.
You know.
Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And next time we expect cookies.
Woohoo.
Oh, don't worry, you'll have them.
No, we
Especially since
We
I
can
found the
do
cookie
a-
sheets.
bake you. We can do taste testing. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Somebody bring the milk.
Oh,
Cookies, milk, water for our palate cleanser.
It reminds me, have you read the Guernsey Literary Society and Potato Peel Pie book?
No.
Oh, it's a great book. It's a good movie too, but it's a great book.
That's a mouthful of title. I like it.
Yeah, I know. There's a story behind that title, but you have to read it to figure that out, or watch the movie, whichever one.
Okay.
But it's about this literary society that happened on Guernsey Island during World War II. And at one point, they invited a cookbook author over. And she read from her cookbook. You don't see this, you just sort of hear about it through letters in the book.
Oh, that's adorable.
But apparently during that one session, they were so hungry because they had no food on the island
Oh, no.
that they almost took her out because she was reading from a cookbook the entire time.
Well,
So yeah, I can
really
see
hungry.
how
That is evil.
it may not be a good idea to have a cookie session for one of the
Oh,
maybe. Maybe not.
we just have to give people the recipe and hope that they can.
They can
agree.
right.
Please don't get mad if we make you hungry.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
All right, so signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful start back to the spring semester. I mean, we're all kind of excited. We're also still adjusting to being back on a daytime schedule, but
Yes.
welcome back, and we
Welcome
hope to see you
back.
both at the Popcast, different recordings and stuff that we share, but also at HerdCon, just a couple months away, guys. March 25th. Keep
3
yeah.
months.
Yeah, we're at the under 3 months mark. So I mean,
No.
you really I
3
guess
months.
right around 3
3
months.
months.
But yeah, so we're still taking vendor applications. The Game Master links are up. So if you want to sign up and run a game for us,
This is your final
Yeah.
opportunity
Hop in
to
there.
get your cosplay done.
yes, work on your cosplay. That's what my daughter and I have been doing all holiday break. So enjoy, have fun, and nerd out with us when you can.
Yep.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.